Welcome back to the channel and a new episode. If you like it, please hit the like button, click subscribe if you're new to the channel, and click the bell icon to notify when I release a new video.
Good morning. It is about 20 to 8. Woke up a few times, but not too bad. And it is quite bright by the looks of it. I'll show you the sunlight. I think I need some thicker blinds. So welcome back to the channel and a new video. You joined me on the morning of the last video and it is 7:42 and the plan is to go to a National Trust site which is just down the road, and it's called Dyrham Park. So we'll get some breakfast and head over there. So that is my morning drink, some Coke from the fridge. And there's a bottle from last night's drink as well. It's quite a bright day. Let me flip the camera around. The sun is shining through the window. Let's open the front. There we go. Did leave the front windows open. I didn't bother putting the front screens up. And the caravan is still next door, but no one come to it, so don't know what's going on with that one. So we'll get some breakfast and we'll head to Dyrham Park, which is just down the road, National Trust site. So we'll go and have a look what is there today before going back home. So this is the routine for putting my bed up. So I'll just flatten out the duvet cover, then attach it from the bottom. There's just some straps that stop it moving about. Roll it right to the back, and then I use the seat belt just to get a bit of leverage, just to lift it up. Slide it back, and then there's a lever underneath, and then that fastens it and fixes it in place. So this is my setup at the back at the moment. I do plan on tidying it up, but that's coming from the solar panel. That's the area I've been using for the TV. But I need to take this panel out the ceiling so I can do a hole to actually get the cable and that through. But I've just plugged the solar in. We're getting 100 and about 65, 67. It is going up a bit with the sun. It's down to 29% because I've got the fridge running, and also obviously I used the air fryer last night from it. So that plug goes into that's for the electric hookup, and that goes in, and I can use the plugs then at the front under the control panel in the van. So that's my effectively electric hookup, and then we'll get some charge back in it today, hopefully, from the sun. some fresh bread. We have a nice sandwich. It's all done, tidied up, washed up. This is the little kit I had from Amazon. So you get chopping board, sharp knife, which you see me cut the bread. I did put the fork in myself. You did come with spoons. You got tonsils that I never use, scissors, spatula, and there is a peeler. The knife I bought from home, the steak knife, and the fork. But not a bad kit for keeping in the van, and it comes in the bag. And then that pan I was using as well, which is down there after I've washed it up, that come from Amazon as well. And then shove the cushions at the back so they don't come flying forward. And that's it, we're ready for the off. So you join me back in the van, all packed up, so we'll head to Dyrham Park and I'll take you around there today. I'll see you in a bit.
So you join me here at Dyrham Park, which is a National Trust site, as you can see from the sign. It's got the admission prices and also a map of the grounds and the house. So we're going to follow the path to the house and have a look around the gardens too. So I was told this is the picturesque walk, so we're going to have a look and see what we can see. But Dyrham Park is an English country house in an ancient deer park near the village of Dyrham in South Gloucestershire. The manor of Dyrham has been recorded since the Domesday Book of 1086, when there were 34 households. The gardens were designed by George London in the late 17th and early 18th centuries. They included a formal Dutch water garden, but most of the features were replaced in the late 18th century with designs by Charles Harcourt Masters. The park is actually a Grade 2 listed on the National Register of Historic Parks and Gardens. As you can see, it is quite vast. It is set in 274 acres of gardens and parkland, which was home to a herd of 200 fallow deer until they were culled due to the spread of the bovine tuberculosis in 2021. However, the National Trust introduced a new herd of 26 deer in April 2024. Many of the walls and gate piers were added in the late 18th century. And as you can see, the views are quite spectacular when you get up to the top. Do excuse the wind though, it's quite windy up here. So this is on the way to the house through the gardens and the pathway, and it's called the Old Lodge. It's in the heart of the Dyrham Park, and it's a Grade 2 listed farm complex with significant agricultural heritage. However, it is an actual coffee shop now. There's a little play area and obviously seating as well for the coffee shop. The barns have been converted into public toilets. So this is just outside the old lodge. As you can see, the entrance at the top. So these are the rear of the barns in the previous clip. So we'll head down this path and head to the house. And here you can see we're just coming up to the house itself, just on the right. So we'll just go through the gate and we'll head inside. We are a little bit early, I believe, for the house to be open, but we can have a look. The actual house with the attached orangery and the stable block are all Grade 1 listed buildings. The current house was built for William Bathwaite in the stages during the 17th and early 18th centuries on the site of a previous manor house, with the final facade being designed by William Talman. So now we've moved round to the rear of the property.
But, that was just somebody asking me the other day, and she said, well, that is a feed
It's like a little courtyard entrance to the kitchens. And the door we're approaching now is the entrance to the kitchen itself and servants' quarters, I would guess. And here's the bell system. It's actually over 150 years old and very fragile. It is part of an historic communication system comprising of 3 ranges of bells with pulleys and cables. And we're just walking through now to the main kitchen area. This space was the original 17th century kitchen and was kept clear for the industry of cooking items and foodstuffs would have been bought in as and when they needed it. The 1710 inventory contains a very short list of items kept in here, including a jack, a copper boiler, a large grate, fire shovel, tongs, poker and fender, 1 candle and an iron crane. 2 chairs and 1 step ladder. And you can see the dairy as well with the information on there. All fully tiled walls to, I guess, keep clean and cool. And you can see the old, what they used to carry the pails of water or milk on. So this is known as the tasting kitchen. It was once part of the southwest courtyard. This room was added onto the house in the 1840s during a period of works to modernise the basement rooms. A dumbwaiter was fitted into the west wall to take hot food up to the breakfast room, and new up-to-date ovens were installed along with the spit. The spit was powered by a fan inserted in the flue, which turned when the fires were lit. And you can see the roof lantern, which lets light into the room. The lantern window employed today was installed in 2020 as the previous window was severely leaking. So we're going to make our way around the other side of the house now, through this corridor. And a bit of a little courtyard garden. And you can just see on the left is St Peter's Church, which was built in the 13th century. And we'll have a look around down this one at all the plants and shrubs. It's quite interesting as one side and the other both mimicked each other, even with the same plants and trees planted in the same locations. I have to say, with these National Trust sites who've been around, they are extremely well maintained. I bet it takes them ages to trim all these trees and look after them. Definitely not for me. I'm certainly not a green fingered person. So as we walk back up through in towards the house, we'll go and have a look inside the house now. It should be open shortly. So there we are in the house itself. It's had a map of the buildings itself. So the house itself contains artworks and furniture from around the world, particularly Holland, and includes a collection of Dutch masters. The house is linked to the 13th century church of St Peter, which is also a Grade 1 listed building, where many of the Braithwaite family are buried. So Dyrham next became a showcase of Dutch decorative arts. The collection includes Delftware paintings and furniture. 18th century editions include furniture by Gillow and Linnell. The interiors have remained a little altered since decorated by Braithwaite. The gardens were designed by George London in the late 17th and early 18th centuries. So this room is where we actually entered the property. It's called the Ante Hall. William Braithwaite's guests were greeted by birdsong. This entrance hall was filled with songbirds with a grand great cage hanging in its centre. Birds were particularly admired for their song, colour and lively spirit. As well as local birds, Braithwaite kept birds from Americas. Many did not survive their journey to Dyrham Park. And you can hear a recreation of the birds tweeting away in this room. So as we enter the Great Hall, William Braithwaite established his family home here at Dyrham Park. The Great Hall is the core of the house and part of the old Tudor manor, transformed into an impressive social space for entertainment. As Blythe's guests danced and dined, they were surrounded by rooms and objects designed to demonstrate the wealth and status of their owner. So in 1689 the estate was acquired through marriage of William Braithwaite, who was Secretary at War to William III. He retained the existing Tudor building and expanded it in stages. So this is the Beth staircase slash pod room. The grand staircase is made of red cedar from North America. It led to the best room above stairs, which once included the elaborate suite for potential royal guests. The perspective painting is a trompe l'oeil, or trick of the eye, which created the illusion of an even larger house for William Braithwaite's visitors. So we're just entering the slop parlour. The slop parlour looked out onto the steep slope garden and with a central fountain and statue of Goddess Iris. It was one of several parlours in the house that were occasionally used for dining. Two closets beyond the columns near part of the room contained tables and chairs which were set up when needed. So we're now just entering the vestibule. The vestibule gave guests access to the best garden. This impressive room was clad in gilt leather, much like the Dutch houses that William Braithwaite visited in the Netherlands. The hangings would have sparkled in candlelight, set against the sounds of harpsichord and the scent of orange blossom drifting in from the terrace outside. The west front of 1692 was commissioned from Huguenot architect Samuel Hoderi and includes an Italianate double staircase leading from the terrace to the grounds.
This one is a looking at some people workshop.
The doors lead out to the front where we were earlier. So this room we're just entering now is the gilt leather parlour. This room has been a parlour, library and a drawing room in its time. Today it has William Braithwaite's book collection. Braithwaite had a substantial library of several thousand books and hundreds of prints, which can be seen in the room displayed. The contemporaries regarded it as an extensive and well-stocked collected over a lifetime. These books contain knowledge that supported Braithwaite's career. So here we are in the hall and the old staircase. It's built from black walnut imported from Virginia, North America. It was designed to impress by using materials from across the known world, these stairs demonstrating William Braithwaite's influence and authority across the colonies. The staircase led to rooms on the first floor which included Braithwaite's bedroom and library. And a great view overlooking the formal gardens. So we are now entering the balcony room, which is a luxurious reception room for William Braithwaite's guest and the first room of his apartment. Guests were entertained with sweetened tea, coffee or drinking chocolate. Here visitors encountered two painted stands depicting enslaved African men. And this leads to the tapestry bedchamber. This is one of the most richly furnished bedrooms in the house and was part of William Braithwaite's personal suite of rooms. Vivid green tapestry hung above the dark panelling, which was grained to look like wood from the Caribbean. And then we lead it into the Japan closet. The Japan closet was probably named after the imitation lacquer or japanning used on his walls. This intimate and luxurious bedroom for part of William Braithwaite's personal apartment. It was a small, richly furnished base which provided Braithwaite with a private place to sit, relax and read and reflect. Then just off that bedroom is called the stripped plus room. The room was probably the bedroom of William Braithwaite's personal servant. It was next to his employer's bedroom, so he could be close at hand. Servants in the 17th century lived alongside the family they served and were part of a wider family unit, very unlike the invisible help of the Victorian upstairs and downstairs arrangement. And we're just outside in the stables. In 1698, a stable block was added with space for 26 horses and servants' quarters above around a courtyard. The east front of the 1704 was designed by William Talman, architect of Chatsworth. Construction of the east wing included demolition of the remains of the original Tudor house and the addition of a statue of an eagle on the roof. So that concludes the tour of the house. That was all we were allowed to see on this particular day. So I'm just going to head back to the van now and I'll catch you there. I'll see you in a sec. So you joined me back at the van, and it's just started raining, so it was a bit of a walk up. You can catch the bus, but I opted to walk, get a bit of exercise to get this off me. Thank you for watching. If you do like it, please hit the subscribe button down below and click the bell icon to notify when I release a new video. It really helps the channel, and I do appreciate it. Not sure when the next one will be, as I don't know myself. This was a bit of a last minute trip to Bath. I decided yesterday, so hope you enjoyed it, and I'll catch you in the next one. See you later.